Witam wszystkich, zapraszam do oglądania na nową serię na moim kanale i zarazem jest to ostatnia nowa seria z maratonu październikowych gier i tym razem będzie to Alan Wake 2. Weźmiemy sobie na trudnym poziomie trudności. Ustawiłem jeszcze tryb wydajności graficzny i ten początek już widziałem, ale ustawiałem sobie jeszcze jasność, bo gra jest dosyć ciemna, dlatego musiałem powtórzyć nagranie. Więc ten sam początek widziałem, ale nic tak naprawdę istotnego.
In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
To jest właśnie postać, którą za chwilę będziemy mogli sterować. Na początku nie wiedziałem, o co chodzi, ale zaraz się wyjaśni wszystko. A przynajmniej część. Biegać, aczkolwiek to bieganie jest również bardzo wolne. Tam na górze właśnie widzieli nas. Droga jest jakby maksymalnie liniowa, nie mamy wyboru. Jest tylko jedno przejście. Fajne są właśnie te przebłyski. Gierka zapowiada się naprawdę interesująco, muszę przyznać. Z recenzji wynika, że jest to bardzo dobra gra do nominacji do gry roku, więc jest chyba dobrze. Ale jak będzie w rzeczywistości, zobaczymy. Poprzednia część mi się podobała, więc myślę, że i ta też będzie dobra. Nie mamy możliwości walki, więc na razie tylko lecimy. Motyw, ja wtedy poszedłem tam, a ciekawe jakbym poszedł tutaj. Aha, czyli tak czy siak muszą nas zabić i tak się rozpoczyna gra tak naprawdę. To jest oskryptowane, tak musiało być. I już więcej tak naprawdę nie wiedziałem, tutaj się zakończyła moja pierwsza rozgrywka. Mamy tutaj okazję poznać kult drzewa. No tak, jak wiadomo już są to psychole, bo kto normalnie wytrzyma serce. Te litery nie są do końca dobrze dopasowane, niestety, polskie.
How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
W tym samym momencie pił.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
Nawet dźwięk się spóźnia w stosunku do ruchu ust postaci. Niestety, widać, że jeszcze gra powinna dostać jakieś update'y, żeby to wszystko działało poprawnie, bo nie do końca jest wszystko elegancko, ale to nie przeszkadza w rozgrywce.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene.
Zastępca
There's the
szeryfa,
car.
okej.
So where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Ciekawe co tutaj. Zaproszenie.
Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the
Jakiś
trees.
szlak. Aha, tu zamknięte, tak?
Locked. They really don't want people coming in here. I should take a look at that map.
No dobra, ale na mapę? Mamy mapę? To jest mapa?
The Federal
Nie.
Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The
Okay.
FBC is an obscure branch. It only shows up for unusual cases.
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
Beats me.
No dobra, lecimy do tego zastępcy szeryfa. O!
Welcome back,
Co to było?
Anderson.
Ej! Ej! Jakie glicze śmieszne! Nie no. No widać, że gra potrzebuje jak nic ulepszeń. Czyli update'ów.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
Bo dzieją się dziwne rzeczy, naprawdę. Mapa, spójrzmy na mapkę. Spora mapka.
Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now.
To było dobre.
That's just how the cookie crumbles. Hey, over here.
Okej,
Hey there.
jest.
Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, The federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Mamy świadków
Were there any
przestępstwa.
witnesses?
Było dwóch
Yeah,
przecież.
a couple out of
No
towners.
właśnie.
I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, cried Thornton. But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it.
Okej.
Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Okej, lecimy.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so
Musimy
far.
udać się na miejsce
Make sure I'm seeing the
zbrodni.
clues clearly. I need to think through the facts of the case.
Możesz otworzyć tablicę dochodzeniową w miejscu umysłu.
The mind place. My
Miejsce
version of the
umysłu.
mind palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the mind place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head.
Fajnie.
The facts are on the board.
Okej.
Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Tablica dochodzeniowa jest techniką umysłową, dzięki której Saga może analizować wskazówki i prowadzić śledztwo. Wszystkie ofiary zgłoszone jako zaginione w 2000. Aha.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to
A,
cracking it.
to nie
We're just
zatrzymuje
getting
gry.
started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us
Okej, co
baffled.
to takiego?
I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring?
Ostrzeżenie.
You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson. Whoa.
Mirror Peak. Ta potężna góra w oddali to nic innego jak tylko Mirror Peak. Charakterystyczny punkt orientacyjny wznoszący się na Kult Lake. Pod odpowiednim kątem jej piękna sylwetka widoczna będzie na spokojnej tafli jeziora, odbita w całej swojej odwróconej okazałości. Czyli to taka atrakcja.
Okay, nature gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Tam mamy drogę. A co mamy tutaj?
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Ale po co? Jakieś znajdźki są albo coś takiego? Po co są te drogi?
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Że tutaj coś widziała? A co jest na przykład tutaj? Aha, no dobra. Nie można.
I need to find my way back.
Czyli już się wyjaśniło, czyli już wiem, gdzie biec. Musimy cały czas w dół się kierować.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
Next coffee's on me.
Słychać jakieś głosy.
Yeah, but there, can I make it, Mulligan?
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Deputy Thornton.
Okay,
I take
yes.
it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Z tyłu, tak? A ja bym jeszcze zajrzał tutaj.
So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mom.
UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
O, zebraliśmy jakąś znajdźkę albo coś. Dobra, lecimy do ciała. W którą stronę? Tędy, dobra. A, jest, dobra. Ale tam coś też. Właśnie, tutaj nas łapnęli. Ciekawe, co mamy tutaj. Sporo różnych śmieci, ale nic podnieść nie można. Co to?
A creepy twig sculpture?
To jest jakiś kolejny dowód.
Hey there, Mr. Deer.
Tutaj znak
You
jest.
remind me of a dream I had.
Okej, czy tutaj nic więcej nie ma? Jakaś notatka. Więcej nic nie ma. Dobra, idziemy ciało zbadać. A zaraz.
Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing.
Aha, czyli... Zaraz widziałem tamten wzór gdzieś. Nie no, musimy znaleźć rozwiązanie. coś. Takie coś. Nie. Trzeba zbadać teren najpierw.
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
My nie możemy nic tutaj
Step
robić.
1. Examine the corpse.
O,
Body is
nareszcie.
positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Odblokowano pierwszy kluczowy obraz. Możesz umieścić go na tablicy dochodzeniowej w miejscu umysłu. Pozwala, sadzę. Okej.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Pasuje do poprzednich. Okej. I rozpoczyna to nowy wątek śledztwa. Okej. Kolejne zwłoki zostały znalezione właśnie niedaleko Bright Falls. Idą na miejsce. Wyczucie czasu. Muszę sprawdzić, czy ma to jakiś związek z zabójstwami, którymi się zajmujemy. Zadania można przejrzeć na tablicy dochodzeniowej w liście celów. Okej, jeszcze musimy. Możesz zebrać wskazówki.
The killer left the heart right next to the body.
Serce.
Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Okej, ręce
Bruising on the
związane.
wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
Coś jeszcze? Teraz mogę to umieścić, tak?
Ugh.
Okej. No dobra.
Heart removed from chest. Strapped by the wrists. Definitely
Czyli
matches
na
the
tym to
previous murders.
polega.
But this time the heart and the straps were left behind.
Taka
More
minigierka.
clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Wskazówki odpowiedziały na otwarte pytania i odblokowały dedukcję. W toku śledztwa odblokujesz nowe pytania aktualizujące listę celów. Cele. Dowiedz się więcej o ofiarze, dowiedz się więcej o zabójcy.
Who is our victim? Who killed him?
Jeszcze
Need to
tutaj
find more
coś
clues.
mamy.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent
Okej.
time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera?
Jeszcze więcej śladów. Co
Multiple
to
people
takiego?
were here.
Kilka
Multiple
osób.
killers?
Ślady stóp, tak?
Large amount of blood on the table.
Dużo krwi,
The
okej.
victim died here.
I teraz co? Podsumowanie, tak?
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Kolejne wskazówki, tak?
Was he killed here or brought here out? So you
Musimy
knew our
pogadać z
victim.
nim teraz.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Okej, dedukcja dostępna.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers.
Okej.
Quite the party. Makes sense. Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Jeszcze coś mamy, tak?
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
Czyli kolejne pytania odblokowaliśmy.
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my
Ciekawie to jest
intuition to
zrobione.
revelation. Piece it together.
O, teraz tutaj. Profilowanie, okej. Mord rytualny.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flip the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Okej, sprawdźmy zaginioną
Agent
osobę.
Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
Okej, ale jeszcze tutaj coś mamy.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake.
Dobra, czyli nad
Lead the way.
jezioro.
Sounds good. This
Tędy.
way, right?
Right.
Fajnie.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something
Tędy.
happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale
Chyba
came
tak.
up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he
Szkoda,
was
że nie
here,
mamy jeszcze
ambushed
możliwości
him,
walki.
dragged him
Jest
to the
jezioro.
campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were
Ale-
interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job
nie
is
tutaj?
unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
A witch with no heart.
O,
A
zaraz,
strange
zaraz.
echo of owl murder. Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
I didn't know trees got
Okej.
that big.
Woda jest zbyt głęboka w tamtym miejscu, czyli musimy
You
tutaj
need
się
to get
udać.
out more. There's a piece of paper on the ground.
I coś jeszcze.
Tracks. Barefoot. No.
Ślady stóp.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found.
O proszę.
The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone
A to
playing
właśnie
a game with
pisał
them.
Alan Wake. Okej.
An invitation. How could they not accept,
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page,
No dobra, gdzie
or the
mamy się
killers left
udać?
it for us.
Kolejny raz tutaj musimy do tablicy dochodzeniowej.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Aha.
I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Mam sprofilować. Tą ofiarę. A zaraz jeszcze tutaj coś leży.
This mug always cheers me up. We found
Strona.
a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
To temu tamten zabójca wydłubał serce? Coś jeszcze mamy. Tego już nie można.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
A, czyli zabrać ciało i zbadać je
Whoever
lepiej.
wrote
No
that
tak.
page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control.
Okej.
Deciding what
Czy
happens
możemy
to
zbadać już? Nie.
Don't let it drag you in.
Musimy, no tak,
Too
tak jak
late.
ona wspominała,
I'm
musimy
already
zabrać do
next
kostnicy
chapter.
ciało i tam
I hope you didn't get stuck in any
zbadać.
of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination, ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to
O,
the parking lot just up the
proszę.
hill.
No to dawaj.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up
Ciekawe,
in.
gdzie wyjdziemy.
We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Coś tutaj leży.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake.
Ulepszenie do
He
broni.
hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
Ostro. Więc warto było tu zajrzeć. Dobra, a on nas prowadzi gdzie? Tutaj, tak?
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
A, i tutaj już wiem, gdzie wyjdziemy.
For us to find.
Tu, gdzie zaczynaliśmy tak naprawdę naszą rozgrywkę. Tak, i możemy jeszcze tutaj sobie skrócić. I zaskoczymy. I do auta. Co jest? No.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Jacy przybierańcy tam.
Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Całkiem ciekawie to wygląda.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Okej, zanim jednak przejdziemy sobie do dalszej części, ja sobie jednak zakończę w tym momencie materiał. Jeżeli film Ci się podobał, zostaw lajka, zostaw komentarz, zapraszam również do subskrybowania kanału. Dzięki za oglądanie i pozdrawiam!